Welcome back to a very special Saturday edition of the Shy City Boys podcast. I am Carl Liza. With me, as always, is Jack Field. Jack, how are you doing today?
We're doing good because it was a great week. Obviously we had New Year's Eve, we celebrated. Um,
That is true.
Another reason why was because it was a huge week for Notre Dame football
Oh my God.
as they landed Sam Hartman, the man that completes the Holy Trinity, the man who brings the trophy back to South Bend, one of the best quarterbacks in college football, transfers from Wake Forest to Notre Dame. I love it. I can't wait. Notre Dame's going to the playoffs. I know it for a fact. I'm excited. This is probably the best quarterback since, I guess, skill wise, Brady Quinn. I mean, Ian Book is there, but Ian Book did not have the skill like Brady Quinn did. Like if Brady Quinn had the team Ian Book had, I think Notre Dame might have won the championship because Brady Quinn was a dog back in his day. So this is amazing. I love it. Other than that, it's been a great week. It's already Saturday. Some football games tonight, especially a big one, and the Titans and Jags can decide who wins the AFC South. Who would have thought? I mean, I guess who would have thought going into the season that the Jaguars, could win this? We all roasted them for spending all that money on Christian Kirk and Evan Engram. I think Zay Jones was kind of as well. So, though, I mean, you want to hate, but you also got to realize those signings have helped them get to this point. Did they spend a little much more? Yeah, absolutely. But they are where they want to be.
Yeah, just on a little bit on the Jags thing. The only reason they got Christian Kirk is because they paid the Jacksonville Jaguars fee because no one wants to go to Jacksonville. They had to pay a lot more to get Christian Kirk. And that completely diluted the whole wide receiver market in free agency.
But it worked.
But let's not talk about football right now. We'll get that back to that later. Let's talk about the Chicago Bulls, baby. The Bulls, since we last talked, are what are they? I don't even know. When did we talk last?
Last time we were talking, we discussed how they'll have the two games against the Cavs, which they
Uh-huh.
both lost. Both games they could have won. We'll go obviously in more detail.
Yeah.
The game against the Pistons because they just beat the Bucks, and then
Yes.
the last two games, which were against the Nets and 76ers.
So since we've last talked, they are 3-2, which is fantastic. And
Two
like
losses.
you said, the two losses were against Cleveland back to back, but we did beat the Nets, who are on a 14 game win streak, right? Something like that, a 12 game win streak. And then against the 76ers, which they're one of the powerhouses in the East
Joel
also.
Embiid though,
Without Embiid, okay, so
because
that's something to say.
Embiid is undefeated against the Bulls in his career.
Yeah. So, but nonetheless, 3-2. The sky's looking up. Zach LaVine just dropped 41 points in the win last night against Philly.
Made history.
Made history in what way?
He shot, I believe it was over 75% and made 11 plus threes.
Oh, I did see that. It was 80%.
80%, my
And the
apologies.
only other person to do that, to make 11 threes with 80% efficiency, was Steph Curry. But now Zach LaVine joins that list. So, Jack, what do you think about this current streak that the Bulls are going on right now?
Well, I think, we talked about the Cavs. Those were winnable games. I mean,
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell scores 71 points.
Oh, jeez.
But also, they should never won that game. The officials, they did like the
Yeah.
reports. They said there were two calls that should have went the Bulls' way. So there were 13
Mhm.
seconds left. Jared Allen got an offensive rebound. He traveled. They didn't call it. And then
Mhm.
on the free throw, Mitchell missed on purpose that put it back in to tie the game
Yeah.
was a lane violation. Obviously,
Hmm.
it doesn't like change our record or anything, but I mean, you like the way the Bulls fought. Although the Cavs didn't have Garland, and I mean, he's a huge player to their team, but I think they responded well in that Nets game. They're fully healthy. They're a good team. Obviously, they won 12 in a row, and we can talk about Levine, but I think really Patrick Williams has stepped up these last couple of games. In his last two games, actually, I believe he's scored more than 17 points and has grabbed more than 5 rebounds. This is what you want to see from him. The thing with P. Will is he hasn't been confident in
Yeah.
himself.
He
He
hasn't been aggressive.
second guesses himself.
Yeah.
It was funny because I was watching the Bulls and Nets game, And Stacey King and the meme said, like, DeMar DeRozan will cuss out Patrick Williams if he does not take a shot now. And rightfully so, because Patrick Williams, he is a skillful player. Like, he can hit
Yeah.
those shots. And I do think it is a little intimidating for him because at Florida State, he was kind of the best player on the team, you know. But now you go to the Bulls, you have Zach LaVine, you have DeMar DeRozan, you have Nikola Vukovic, you know, all these guys right next to you. You kind of don't feel like you matter. So I think that now that, you know, I guess like the veterans are getting down on him and like cussing him out just to shoot the
Yeah.
basketball, I think that'll help. And I really like the trend the Bulls are on. Obviously, they know Joel Embiid, but I'll take that one over the Sixers any day.
Yeah.
They come to play when they play the good teams. And that's what you want to see because when playoff time comes, you need that. But at the same time, you got to beat these, you know, lower 500 teams. This is what really makes or breaks your record because I guess for the Bulls, for example, I'm 90% sure they play more under 500 teams and over 500 teams on their schedule. So
Yeah. So
good stretch for them and good basketball for them so far.
yeah, so what were you saying with P Will? He did score 22 against Brooklyn, and then he scored 18 against Philly last night. But our next game tonight is Lauri Markkanen's homecoming,
And he just
and it's
came off a career
home
game.
home against the Bulls, or home with the Utah Jazz. And like you just said, Markkanen just put up a career high in points with what, 49?
I'm scared.
49.
I'm
The,
terrified.
the whole NBA has just been scoring
Yeah.
unconsciously for the past week. We've had the Luka 60-point triple double. We had Donovan Mitchell's 71 points.
Yeah.
Lauri Markkanen's 49.
50, 40
The,
points.
the Thunder just put up 150 against Boston
Without Shy.
without Shea Gilgeous Alexander. The whole league's crazy, and I don't even think it's because of the lack of defense.
It's a
I
skill.
think it's just I think these guys are so skilled right now offensively. You can't blame the defense before it or because of it.
I mean, also a lot of guys are making 3-point shots in this day.
Yeah, yeah. So that's a big thing.
Now, guys like Giannis, they do a lot of the work inside. But you go to Zach LaVine example. I mean, he had like 11 threes. Luka, I don't know how many threes he had, but probably had at least 6 or 7 that night.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it's contributed to, being able to shoot the ball. But I think what we're seeing is, you know, when you're an NBA team, you go like you do your film day. I don't think teams are looking at guys anymore. Like I think like they're like, okay, we know we can't stop Luka, but who can we stop after that? Same
Yeah.
Giannis. You can't stop Giannis. It's literally impossible. So who do we stop after that? I kind of think teams might be taking that approach now because you can try so hard to stop these guys.
Mm-hmm.
They still drop 30 on your head or more. That's that.
So you focus on the team beating you and not just one person beating you.
Yeah, because Luka can't score the team's whole point. So if
Luka's not scoring 100 a game.
Like you'll play good defense against Luka, you'll probably put your best guy on him.
Mm-hmm.
For Luka, who's the guy? Probably Christian.
Yeah.
Okay, if you cancel out Christian Wood, let's say he puts up 10 points. Who's next?
Dinwiddie.
He puts up 15. You know what I'm saying? Like
Dorian Finney-Smith. Like
let Luka put that 40 up.
Yeah.
I think that's what we saw with the Bulls game against the Bucks last week. Is they let Giannis get his bag. Like they said,
they just didn't let the other team do anything.
Lopez had 8. Grayson Allen had 3. You know, the guys that started didn't do so well, and I think that's what I'm not saying that's what teams are doing, but at this point, the guys who play well, you can't. There's no reason like you have all the in the world.
I think that's like a thing that the league is doing because right now there's about 6, 7, 8 guys that are in the MVP race, and usually it's cut down already to like 2 or 3 guys. So
who's your pick if the season ended today?
Well, I think we've discussed on this that Tatum is my favorite player in the league, but I would probably give it to if the standings stay like how it is right now, I'd give it to Luka because Luka's top 4 seed doing it on a G League roster, as people are saying. So if Lucas stays top four in the seeding, I think he deserves it.
I
But
agree.
if not, and say Denver stays with the number one seed, I think Jokic gets his third straight.
Yeah, I think that what's it called? Sorry. That if the Mavericks weren't that good, I think
Mm-hmm.
Jokic has a good case again because he's
Yeah.
playing better than he has.
Yeah, he's playing better than the last two seasons.
So like it's just like he's and obviously he has his team healthy. Like last year he didn't have Murray or Porter, but
Mm-hmm.
now he does, and they're the first seed, respectfully so.
It's crazy.
But
Like,
I mean, the point about Luca, you're not. I mean, I feel like every time he goes off and loses, like First Take or Sports Center has like a rant about how they don't get him anyone, and we'll see because there's been some guys I know Trey Young kind of there was rumors about him being like,
yeah,
hey, I kind of don't want to be here. Obviously, Zach Levine drama. I'm not saying he'll get traded, but I definitely think the Mavericks will be the most aggressive team in the trade deadline.
they should. Because if you don't want Luca saying, "Oh, I want out of here because you ain't getting me someone," you gotta make him happy. Like I would not give up Luca. He's an untouchable guy.
Yeah,
It even he I would let him do the LeBron thing. Let him come in and ask for guys that he wants to play there, and then go get them no matter what. Because Luca's going to be there for the next 10, 15 years. So go get him what he wants, and make him happy, and hopefully bring a chip to Dallas in their eyes.
yeah, and I mean these MVP conversations. I hate how it is based off records, and
Yeah,
obviously Luca is the most valuable. In my opinion, Luca is the best player in the NBA. I mean,
yeah.
it's not even. I don't think it's close. I really don't. Like, I think Jokic is the best center. I do think Pierce center. I
Mm-hmm.
think Embiid is the best scoring center, but he lacks things that Jokic is really good at. But that's the thing, though. Like, you go back to Derrick Rose, and I hate to say this, like the year he won MVP, his stats were not the best in the NBA.
Yeah.
LeBron had a better year than him, but the
Mm-hmm.
Bulls were the best team. They were 62 and 20.
Yeah.
And that's what I said. I just hate how it's based off like record. And I get that because obviously without that guy, you're probably not that record. And that's true.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, when you have a guy like Luca who has bums and compared to, not saying no hate on Jason Tatum, but when Jason Tatum's got an all-star squad around him,
Yeah.
it's kind
I
of
know what you're saying. Yeah.
it's kind of hard because obviously the Celtics are going to be better than the Mavericks. Look at the teams.
Mm-hmm.
But if you had to say who's better, Luca or Jason Tatum, I'm taking Luca 10 out of 10.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, that's a good take. I think if you gave Luca Tatum's team and put Tatum on Luca's team, I think there'd be completely different results. I still think Tatum would uh thrive and be good and everything, but I don't think they'd be fourth in the West.
I think if Luca had, I'm just going to say Zion, just Zion, for
Mm-hmm.
example, they would be the best team in the West.
If Zion stayed healthy, yes.
But he has it. This was his first hiccup today, this week. He's out.
This year, yeah.
He's out for the next 3 weeks. This was his
Mm-hmm.
first hiccup.
Yeah.
But overall, it's just like if he had that guy,
Yeah, if he had that second star with him,
if he had Zach Levine, I think they would be the best team in
mm,
the NBA.
I don't think I don't know.
If you give, because I mean, look, no disrespect to Demar, you have to pay so much attention to Luca, and even if you do, he still puts 30 on you.
Yeah.
That allows a guy like Zach Levine to kind of go in there. Like Luca can do so much. He can shoot, pass, dribble, rebound,
Yeah.
drive inside, fade away, post shot. Demar,
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about the mid range. So Zach Levine, he's kind of limited out there. But if you had Luca and Zach Levine together, that's two threats that can easily pump fake a three, drive inside, and probably dunk on you.
Yeah. I I would personally try to get a big man for Luca
Mm-hmm.
just because
We
there's
have
not,
one.
Not Christian Wood isn't a star. They
No,
need
he
a star.
Porzingis had. Porzingis was on the.
Oh no, I like. Don't get me wrong. Porzingis is doing well on Washington. I think he's going to be an all-star for them, but I just think their chemistry wasn't where it needed to be. And Porzingis, I think he didn't want to be in Dallas, and I just don't think he liked playing second or third fiddle. I think that's the thing. So I know people say that, but I think they should go out and probably get like the Buddy Healed Miles Turner deal from Indianapolis or yeah, Indiana.
But he's been playing good, Buddy Hield too.
Yes, but I think they need three, which is Buddy Healed, and then they need a dominating five, which would be Miles Turner. I know that's the trade everyone wants the Lakers to make, but I think it even help Dallas more because you're getting you're 2 and 3 stars now instead of having Christian Wood as your number two.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah, but also you got to think about, are the Lakers going to do anything? I know there's reports coming out saying that they're not trading any more future picks to get better this year. That AD is still out and everything like that. But I think Dallas needs to make a move like that to keep where they are, or even get better and make Luka happy.
Yeah, absolutely right. Obviously, I mean, Mark Cuban cares about his team. Like
Yeah,
he's there every game. He's very avid about the success of the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, he's trying to build them a Vegas-like stadium right now. He's trying
yeah.
to get it approved by the board, and they want him to succeed. They do. They really do. And in my opinion, he's a top five Maverick player already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't
I think
know.
he's already two.
I don't know. I think it will take him two or three championships to pass up Dirk.
Well, there's a couple factors. If he stays as long as Dirk
Oh yeah.
did,
Well, yeah.
if he uh if he wins one title, if he wins an MVP, you basically just do what Dirk did and you'll be better because you're gonna put up more points than Dirk. No, no less. Or you're gonna put up more points than Dirk. That's no question. If you stay as long as him, if you win a championship like him, if you win an MVP like him, I can see Luka winning 2, 3 MVPs. So I don't think that's a question either. You just need to get a team around you to get that championship. And I'm sure Luka's not looking at just one. I think he's going to want two. I think he's going to want three. He probably wants to win every year of his career, but we all know that's not going to happen. So you got to get at least one. You got to get at least two.
Yeah, we'll see though. I mean, I think a lot of I really think the NBA is wide open this year. I don't there's not that definitive team that has shown like
Yeah.
we're gonna like I mean the Warriors won last year, but they're in
Mm-hmm.
a major slump. They're not there anymore.
Yeah,
So
they're not. They're in the play-in right now. They're in the ninth seed.
there's so many teams because it's like if the Suns are fully healthy, we know they can get to there. The
Mm-hmm.
Nuggets obviously fully healthy. They're the best team right now in the
Mm-hmm.
West. Pelicans 100%. Ingram and Williams, they're a threat. And obviously the Mavericks we're talking about here. There's some teams that are surprises. You go to the East, Nets, Bucks, Celtics, Sixers, Heat. I mean, there's so many teams that
Yeah,
it's wide open. I think a lot of teams are going to be very aggressive when it comes to that trade deadline. There's a piece that they need or a guy that they're like, that's the guy that will get us to the promised land.
yeah. I
Maybe
because I heard a couple teams wanting to blow it up that have made the playoffs in the last couple of years. I heard like Toronto's might blow it up. I heard Minnesota might even want to blow it up already, which I think would be a mistake.
well,
But
yeah, what they traded.
yeah, what
What about the Jazz? I mean, they're not good,
yeah.
but Laurie is playing amazing right now.
He's averaging 26 points.
He's worth a first round pick right now.
Yeah, probably two.
And they could
Probably two.
easily get rid of that. And that's what's huge because a guy like him, Colin Sexton maybe wants needed.
He's only on a 1 year deal.
Jordan Clarkson. You know, the Jazz are a team that possess a lot of guys. They already have
I
right.
Yeah, I think Clarkson's getting traded because he refused to sign an extension with Utah.
And he's a first round pick.
Yeah.
So you have I mean, remember the Jazz have like a haul of first round picks already.
I think they have. I
What
think they
did
have
what did
eight.
they get combined from Gobert and Mitchell?
I think they got three first straight up from both of them, and then three
Yeah,
pick, two
because
or three pick swaps with both of them.
they took this year's first round pick from Minnesota, I think. It was Walker Kelser.
Yeah,
So yeah. But think about that. You have that already. I'm just saying in general. You look at a team like the Jazz, I mean, they've got guys that like can help you win.
yeah.
So I do
They,
think this is going to be a fun NBA season. MVP
mhm.
race is very loaded. I mean, the scoring like we're talking about, it's fun to watch. I mean,
Oh yeah, oh
it's
yeah,
like I think you made a great point too, Carl. Like it's not because the defense sucks. It's because the talent and the skill is
yeah.
better than ever.
Yeah. So it's crazy. But let's get back to the Bulls and let's just talk about their next three games because hopefully we'll be back Wednesday for regularly scheduled programming. But let's talk about the next three games. Like I said, we have tonight's game home against the Utah Jazz. Then we travel to Boston for Monday's game against the Celtics, and then we stay on the East Coast, go to Washington against the Wizards. What do you think is going to happen in these next three games?
I'm very scared for the Laurie Marketing revenge game. Obviously he's played against the Bulls before, but he hasn't been this good. And I really think he could put up 40 points again tonight. But I do think the Bulls win this game. Zach LaVine has obviously coming off a big game. I'm really curious what P. Will comes out with tonight.
Yeah,
He's played probably the best back-to-back games of his life for the Bulls. Can he build off of that? And I'm not saying he has to score 20 points, but when he gets the chance, can he do it? Like, can he be confident? Can he actually pull the trigger? But I
yeah.
think the Bulls beat the Jazz. Celtics, that will be hard.
In Boston, and we beat them last time, so they're not going to take us lightly.
No, I can't. It's hard. They're a really good team at home. Then the Wizards. Honestly, I feel like this should be a no-brainer, but with the way that Bulls have played against,
Yeah.
lower teams,
Mm-hmm.
but Bradley Beal is out. I do think they win that. So I think in that 3 game stretch, you did say 3 game stretch, right?
Yes.
2-1.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that. I all we can do is hope for them to come out strong tonight, and then do the best you can against Boston. They are what 7-1 against the top teams in the East right now.
Maybe 8
8-1.
after last night.
So you never know. They could. Let's keep our hopes up. And then against Washington, we just hope they don't play down to their level. We just got to hope that they play at this high magnitude that they have been playing so far.
It's just so weird because last year we always talked about, oh, we hope the Bulls can actually compete on a higher level. And
Yeah.
like, oh, we hope the Bulls can compete on a lower level.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
They're drunk. Like, I don't get this team at all, but I do think that, I mean, it's a good sign. I
Yeah.
mean, they're playing the games that are convincing. Like, I'm sorry, but the Bulls are a good team. And I think they are. I really do think they're better than last year. I do.
Uh
Now, they did
skill wise, yes. Skills wise, yes, just because they had another year under their belt.
have Lonzo Ball last year,
Yeah,
but
and we don't Lonzo's probably not gonna play this year.
I do think the Bulls are a better team than last year. I'm not counting record. What I've seen from them, they look better out there.
Skill set wise, yeah.
They look better. And once they
Yeah.
put together, maybe they'll trade for a point guard if Lonzo's not coming back. I don't know who.
Maybe. Yeah, because I know Io's given his all and
What
everything, but
about I'm gonna go to the Jazz. What's Colin Sexton up to?
I think he's too much of an offensive guy that
Yeah,
we need, and he's not. We need a more playmaker, defensive
it's just hard
point
to
guard.
find that.
Yeah, because we already have Levine who needs the ball. We have DeMar who needs the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So we have Vooch that needs the ball. So
No,
I don't like Lonzo was good for us because he was that playmaking defensive guy that shot the three well.
needed.
So if we can find another guy like that, like for a rental until Alonzo gets back, yeah, let's pull the trigger. But
I couldn't even tell you who that would be.
yeah, yeah. So maybe I can't even think of someone right now.
Um,
Um,
I really can't.
yeah, I would say Malcolm Brogdon, but
No, doesn't he have a good role?
yeah, he's in Boston, so
What,
we're not giving him up.
really, I mean, you look down the list of teams with players, and nothing really like jumps at you. That teams I would be willing to trade, I guess, would be the better thing to say.
Maybe or Detroit gives up Killian Hayes, maybe.
No, he's young.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. If anyone, they're going to give up Sadiq Bey.
Yeah, we don't need him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a guy.
Maybe
Here's another guy, and
maybe RJ Hampton from
this is
Orlando.
this is a very unpopular opinion.
Oh, don't say no.
What about Markel Fultz?
Nope, nope, nope. I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna
Hold
say
on.
that.
Let me
Nope.
explain. Let me explain, and then you can
Hate
say.
Markel Fultz.
Let me just explain real quick. He's probably cheap. He is cheap in terms of contract. He's young, not the offense. He's a playmaker. He is. He was. I think maybe. I'm not saying like this as an absolute should happen, but I don't see how it could hurt. Obviously, you cut guys playing times like Io, Caruso, and Io has fit in that role pretty well. But I don't know. I just think if you had to go get someone, it's a low risk, high reward situation.
Mm,
I know. Like I said, Carl, unpopular. I said it.
yeah. You know I hate him. You know I don't like him. So I would say no. I would say keep Io as the starter.
That's fair. Yeah,
Dragic off the bench, but
you have a valid point.
you can have your own opinion, of course.
Oh, wow, thanks, Carl.
Of course, I personally wouldn't. I wouldn't like that.
Yeah,
Maybe we can go get Patrick Beverly.
maybe.
Maybe, but let's move on. Let's move on to a make or break game for us. The Chicago Bears play the Minnesota Vikings this Sunday with a chance at the number one pick.
Yeah,
The Bears have to lose.
and
The Colts have to win. No, lose. The Colts have to lose against the Texans. We need the Colts to lose. We need the Texans to win. Lovie Smith, I'm begging you, coach the game of your life.
and it's not like they can't win that game. Like the Colts aren't good,
The Colts are not good.
and the Colts probably want to lose themselves for a better draft.
Yeah, they want to lose.
So both teams want to lose, and the
Yeah.
Texans have been in more games recently than the Colts have.
Yes. So I would put money on Houston if I was on a losing streak.
It's
But
well,
but the thing is, the Bears can also win this game against Minnesota because Minnesota's seat is locked up; they can't move. So this game is
they can't move at all.
It's pointless to them. It's pointless.
They wait, hold on. Yeah, they can't move. Wait. So,
Yeah, they can't.
unless the 49ers were to lose to the Cardinals this week.
Come on,
So if Minnesota wins and 49ers lose, they would get the second seed.
come on.
I'm just saying. I think
It
maybe
doesn't do anything really.
what you'll see is they play their starters in the first half.
Yeah, and then if winning or losing, they'll
Pull them.
pull them.
But
But
Nathan Peterman starting.
we have Nathan Peterman starting, the guy who threw 5 first half interceptions in his first starting game.
Make it 6 this week.
They get 6. Justin Fields unfortunately cannot break the record for rushing yards for a quarterback this year. He has a shoulder strain, and I understand why they're keeping him out. They're thinking of the future. It's understandable. It's fine. He had a great season. Congrats to Justin Fields. We have our cornerstone, remember what I said at the beginning
Let's
of the
about to
season,
say
Jack?
quarterback.
Do you remember the rant I had about Justin Fields? Why not?
MVP.
Why not us? That'll be next year. That'll be next year.
I
But
think, oh yeah, I mean, there was nothing good could have come out of that playing that game.
yeah. So
Um,
of course I wanted to see him break the record,
oh yeah,
but he'll have another chance next year.
he got beat up pretty bad in that Detroit game.
Yeah. So we're Minnesota Viking fans. We
Colts,
are
no
we
Texans.
are Colts fans.
Oh, we're Texans fans.
No, no, we're Texans fans. We want this number one pick because then all of it is in our hands.
But there was a recent report saying that Will Anderson would have been the number one pick in the last two drafts, probably.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, there's no lose situation here because
Okay.
you get the first
Here's
pick,
the thing.
trade it, or you get Will Anderson.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not. I wouldn't be mad if the Bears stay where they are.
No.
I don't. I would not be mad if they move up one. Can they move back at all? Or
I mean, they'll think of. I mean, they'll definitely like have someone call them, but
no? I mean, like, can they fall back right now? I think they can
yeah, if they win,
if
if
they win.
now it's if they win, if the Broncos lose, like if the Colts lose. Okay, so
Okay, I'm looking
if
at
the
it.
Bears win and the Colts or the Cardinals win, the Broncos win, and,
Okay, so
and
say we win and everyone else loses.
so we can go from 2 to 4. That's it.
Mm, okay, yeah, because Indianapolis is right there. Okay,
We'll go from
we
two to
can move,
4 if we win in those two.
and that would lose all our spots because Arizona would take Will Anderson at 2,
Yeah,
and then Denver would probably
Seattle's pick. Don't forget.
is Seattle's pick, and they would take Bryce or CJ Stroud.
You don't think they take Jalen Carter?
They might if they want to run it back with Gilo or Gino.
He threw 30 touchdowns.
Yeah, but we'll talk about that closer to the draft.
Hold on. You're the biggest advocate for the Seattle not taking quarterback in this draft.
Yeah, I
Here you
know.
are now. No, 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 no. And here you are now saying, yeah, they're going to take a quarterback.
Okay, listen. If they don't have to trade up for them, yeah, they're gonna take them. But if they if they were the 4 seed and the Bears were the 2 seed, they wouldn't trade up with the Bears. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know where you're going with that.
So, of course, if we end up with 4 and we get Jalen Carter, perennial second overall pick, or some have him first overall pick.
Yeah, there was a mock draft where he was over Will Anderson.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be mad with getting him at 4, but I would love to trade back and get more assets.
Yeah.
But again, we'll talk about that later. We are Vikings fans. We are Texans fans for the next day and a half.
Yeah, there's football on today.
There's football today that starts at I think 4 o'clock our time.
Yeah,
No,
but
3 o'clock.
is tonight.
No, I mean there's a game in a couple minutes.
Yeah, but the big game is tonight.
Yeah, the Tennessee Jaguars game.
Joshua Dobbs.
Oh, geez. Wow. Way to go. But that's going to do for us this week. That was Jack Thiel. I'm Carl Liza. We'll be back hopefully Wednesday to talk about this week and then for the next week. So we'll see you next time.